How's that?
Yeah.
There we go. And we are recording. Look at that.
Neat.
The reason I have to swap that around, as I explained to everyone, is that I'm actually deaf in my right ear.
Neat.
And I don't need to hear myself. I need to hear you.
That's good. Everyone does.
That's true. Donna Collins, everybody. We're here on the Mad Dogcast on a Tuesday night. I don't know what the date is, but
It's one of them.
It's definitely one of them. It's one of my favourite ones because it's today,
Yeah.
which is the only one that I don't forget.
I'm here with you.
That's right.
Beautiful.
All the way from sunny Wangaratta. No, you're not from Wangaratta anymore, though, are you?
No, I live in Melbourne.
Right.
I don't
You
travel
escaped.
from Wangaratta.
That would be some
Just for
serious
this.
dedication. So, how long have you been down here from Wangaratta?
I've been here 5 years, 6 years, somewhere around there.
Yeah, right. Okay. And so, what made you want to get into comedy?
I think I've always wanted to do comedy since I was a kid, desperately trying to make people laugh.
Yeah. Did you have an exposure to comedy that made you go, ooh? Or were you just a clown?
I think bit of a clown. Bit of my family's all pretty funny. And they've always kind of, when I was, I think in high school, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go do stand-up at some point.
Oh, so you thought about that in high school?
Yeah, but I only
Far
did it a couple of times. And each time I'm amazed that I even thought of doing it because I was so shy and stuff, but I was still I want to be on stage.
But you actually did it. That's astounding. Especially, I think comedy is a difficult thing for anyone to get into, but especially for women and especially for young women. Yeah. I feel like the odds are just stacked against you. Sorry.
Here I am. Yep.
And yet here you are. You must be terrified. No, I'm kidding.
Constantly.
So how long have you actually been doing comedy now? I mean, obviously since high school, but I feel like you took a break somewhere there.
Yeah, definitely, for a while. I think I was counting in the car just in case this question came up. I think it was 9 months. It's
9
been
months.
9
there
months.
you go. Cool.
Yeah.
And
so
do you know how many... there's this thing with new comedians where you count your gigs.
I'm absolutely one of those people, yeah.
Okay, I have no fucking idea.
I think in those 9 months I've done 30.
Nice. Oh, that's
30,
a good...
yeah.
Well, and this is not to blow wind up your ass or anything, but you're very funny for that many gigs.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm a harsh critic of comedy, and which is ironic because I don't think I'm very good. But I'm hard on myself. I'm way harder on other people.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you.
It's one of the worst traits about me. But no.
Oh no, I'm sure there's plenty of other stories.
Yeah, no, there's other really bad traits about me too. And I sound so fucking contrived to say, what are your influences? But more who do you think is funny that we would have heard of? Or even that we wouldn't have heard of?
Well, I think...
Who informs your writing, Donna?
Oh, shoot. I don't know about that one at all. I'd say, because one of my favorites is Maria Bamford.
Yes. What's her new one? That's something baby.
Yeah. Adult
really good.
Baby or
something like that. No,
yeah.
that's a fetish.
Oh,
adult
yeah.
baby. Yeah.
Oh, that's the other video I saw.
I mean, I've heard. No, she's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
but she's the same person on stage that she's off.
Yeah.
When you just see her
strange.
Interviewed, she's bizarre, but she's really fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she influences me at all. I found if I'm watching a TV show or something, quite a lot of it, I feel like the voice from that kind of gets in my head a bit. And so if I'm writing comedy around that time, the way I've written it down is sort of more in their style. So I read it back and I go, that's dumb. Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
So I have to change it back to however I usually talk. So
I know.
Fun.
I do that with accents.
Kind of the same, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, my excuse is I came out from South Africa when I was really young and I had shaved... I was 15. I had shaved legs because I'd recently got into cycling. I had a flat top and my parents took me to Wanturna where, it's all mullets and AC/DC. So I got the shit kicked out of me for about 2 weeks, and then after that I was like, how the fuck are you, mate? What's going on? That's a fucking grouse Tirana, bloke.
Get it up, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I don't want to sound like this anymore. No. But
that's fair.
It's become a habit now, and especially I notice with comedy, I went through a phase recently, my girlfriend and I were watching a lot of Jim Gaffigan, and all of a sudden I kept doing this little voice that he does, and I couldn't stop, but I wasn't just doing it on stage, I was doing it all the time, at work. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see the pain in her eyes. She has to put up with that shit.
It's like she's trying to escape.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I've actually glued her to the couch.
Yeah.
She's not allowed to move.
That's fair.
And hidden her keys.
She's she could be caught in one of those weird dents that they've got in the couch there.
We were just discussing actually. Yeah. Actually, we worked out that if you sit on the little beam, Like it looks like a couch, but actually you're sitting on a piece of 4x2.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It gives the illusion of comfort.
Yeah. In between each of those 4x2s is a gaping hole for your bum to fall into. One butt cheek, yeah. But that's how you sit on a chair normally anyway. She literally sits on the edge of a cheek.
One cheek at a time.
Yeah. She's like Chuck Norris. She never
comfort.
sits. She's waiting. She's like ready to spring into
Ready
action.
to escape.
Yeah, ready to escape. Yeah, but like I said, I've hidden her car keys. She can't go anywhere.
Joke's on her.
I don't think that's abusive.
No. I'll save you.
Yeah. All right, that's enough of me talking.
Yes.
So how long have you been coming here to the Dancing
Well,
Dog?
this was the first open mic I did was here at this place.
9 months ago.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Yeah, because I did raw comedy in February last year, but then I took like a however many long month break where I thought maybe I should just never do this again.
Yeah.
Sort of
I did the
built
same
up.
with marriage. After my first marriage, I took like a few months off. I was like, I don't think I should ever do that again.
Yeah.
But then, I got back into it like a trooper.
That's good. Yeah, really just bury yourself deep into that one.
Yeah.
There's no downside.
Well, no, that one's finished as well.
Oh,
so now I'm like, no more of that. And how did you find Raw? Because I entered it one year before I'd ever done comedy. That was going to be my first gig, much like you probably did.
Yeah, the same, yeah.
And then I was just forgot about it, just didn't do it.
Bury that down.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't even I literally just forgot. This was before my
okay.
ADHD was diagnosed. I literally just forgot about it.
There you go.
So how did you find it?
I liked it.
No?
Oh, yeah, absolutely terrifying. But like I find pretty much all attempts at comedy just low-key terrifying. But this was really heightened. Like I invited family and that
Oh, God.
to just sort of help me
Far out.
a little bit.
What
Because
a warrior.
they are just so supportive about this sort of
Really?
thing. Yeah, just every...
You have a much better family than mine.
I know.
The last thing I would do is
They would
ever
fight your
want...
family. No.
Well, they'd be mad. My family would be mad because a lot of my jokes are about them.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah.
they definitely wouldn't laugh.
I sort of... No, because I did one on Friday in Wodonga,
Yeah.
which is pretty close to Wangaratta. So I once again...
Oh, with Jade?
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, so I once again got all the family. My family and their friends were roughly half of the audience.
Hey, that's perfect.
So I had an amazing set.
There's nothing better than a small,
A+.
supportive crowd. And if you have a small, supportive family, that's a ready-made audience.
So it was good. And so, yeah, it was sort of like my jokes were like, which family member is okay to laugh at? And it just ended up being me.
Hey,
I'm the one
works.
that's okay to laugh at.
That works. Jokes on all of you, but on me later.
Yeah, I'm a nerd. And you have to deal with me, so suck it.
And how did you find Wangaratta growing up? Because I was a professional cyclist, and as you probably know, Wangaratta has quite a big cycling community.
There is a thing, isn't there?
There
I've
is.
tried to avoid it, and it's gone
Good.
very well for me.
You should definitely do that. But no, I used to race there every Christmas. There was always a big cycling carnival. I remember racing there. Yeah.
So we've got cycling, and then we've got like a jazz festival in November. God, we're
and that's about it.
a town of nerds.
And then just
That's what we
ice.
are. Oh, yeah.
No.
We've got 3 big things, guys.
Yeah. Jazz, cycling, and ice.
Yeah.
I always thought that would be a great reality show. You know, like you've got Australia's Got Talent. I always thought a great one would be Geelong Has an Ice Problem.
Yeah.
Or, like So You Think You Can Read. People just get up with a book and they're like, the dog,
doing great, Henry.
you're out. Sorry, you clearly cannot read.
It'd probably be, it's quick. It's a snappy series.
It would be. It would be short. I should host it, I
Yeah.
think, because I can't
Keep
listen.
your focus, yeah.
And so do you... This is one of the comedy nerd questions that I always ask people, and I feel like I should probably stop asking it. But do you...
I'll be the last.
Oh, you can be the last.
Yes.
Although I feel like you're going to give me such a spectacular answer. It's going to inspire me to keep doing.
Oh, boy.
Do you have things that happen in your life and then you go, there's something there, and you write comedy about it? Because that's a feeling I get, which may be the feeling you're trying to portray. Or do you just come up with an idea and go, that's funny, I'm going to make up something about that?
My jokes are usually about my life.
Yeah.
In a sense, and then
Burning
I
yourself
kind
on
of,
food last week felt very real to me.
It was startlingly real. Let me
Yeah.
tell you right now. It was sort of like, it's kind of like you take the event and then you exaggerate bits,
Yes.
you minimize, and you sort of grow from there. And then it's like you perform it, and then you go, oh, well, that bit didn't work. And it was like, well, that didn't actually happen, but boy, wouldn't it have been funny if that happened?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Have you ever run into the issue, which I have once or twice, where people who were there for the actual event in your real life hear the comedy later and they were like, I didn't say that. I'm like, yeah, I know, but it would have been really funny if you did.
I think only one of my jokes that I can really remember now involved another person, and it was my mum. And I think it was close enough that she didn't really pick up on it. Yeah.
Right, fair enough.
So it was like, cool. But usually they're about me. Usually I'm by myself doing something where it's like, oh, that's embarrassing. I should tell as many people as possible on a stage, if humanly possible.
I do a lot of my dumb shit in public, so there's generally people involved, yeah.
And they're going, boo, that's not what happened.
Yeah, or I've had to be like,
You were
sorry.
dumber than that.
Sorry, Baz, I know you didn't really blow that guy, but imagine if you had. Like, how fucking amazing would that have been?
Think of the humour, Baz.
Think of it. If you just gently cradled his balls in a pleasing manner, like, how fucking funny would that have been?
Next time, Baz.
Yeah, the sideburns have just walked in the room. Do you see that? It's Jacob Adams. Or Adam Jacobs, I can never remember, but...
He's got 2 first names.
He does.
And
he
the
does.
biggest sideburns you've ever seen.
Well, it's been good to talk to you, Donna. I'm glad I had you on, and we're very excited to see you again tonight.
Good.
And you'll be able to find this podcast on iTunes. I'm sure you may have listened to it already. No?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you have?
I did.
You're
Today,
the
'cause I was
you're the
afraid.
download. We
Yeah.
get a download every week. You're the download.
I was afraid it was going to be like one of those shows where you suddenly ask really aggressive questions about my life or something.
Yeah.
Like,
have you ever been touched inappropriately by an uncle?
yeah, like that sort of thing. And we'll call the interview now.
Yeah, thank you. Good, thanks, Donna.
So much.
Jacob Adams? I think you should join us again. Since one day I'll remember it. Now that I've... Yeah, we can get cozy. We can get cozy here. Yeah. I've made that stupid joke about your name so many times now. I'm actually really like, wait, is it Jacob Adams or Adam Jacobs?
I've listened to that joke so many times now. Not that I have an unhealthy obsession with the sound of my own voice, but there is a reason why you have 2 downloads. Yeah, that's
yes.
right.
We're
Yes.
killing it.
No, I tell you what, Donna has a warm bum.
Does
I
she
can
warm that
feel
up
it.
nicely for you?
Yeah, she did. It's like it feels like a bit of an electric blanket effect. Because my cat does a similar sort of thing, but
Right.
obviously, no offense to anyone, but there's a serious surface area difference.
I remember when I first got an electric blanket on my bed, my cat would sleep on top of it while it was warming up at night, and I'd climb in bed and the whole bed would be warm, but there'd be this one little 8-inch patch that was scorching that felt like it was going to absolutely burn me, and the cat never seemed to be bothered by that.
No, cats love it. The thing, I suppose, the thing with cats is that they're cold-blooded, and we don't know that because.
Oh, this is Adam Jacobs, everybody, by the way.
Yeah, hi.
Mike told me off for not introducing people last week. He had to figure out by their stories who the fuck they were.
Yeah, no, it's Adam. Adams.
Jacob Adams,
Yes.
everybody. Adams Jacob.
Adams Jacob. There
That's
it is.
right. And what's news?
What's news? Outside of my cat, no, it's a good point.
Yep.
Because as important as it is, there are other things to talk about.
Other than cats.
Of course.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to fix up my website soon.
Oh, you have a website?
Oh, well.
Oh, do you want to give that a plug?
It's a thing. Oh, yeah. www.the.what. And it's THEDOTWOT, the.what.com.
The.what.com.
Yeah, and that's I don't know why I did that. See, my very first show.
It sounds like something you're always going to have to explain way too much.
I could
And that's
do
all
it.
the time we've got for, folks. It's Adam Jacobs, everyone. No, carry on. The.what.com.
The.what.com. The
Yep.
.what was a show. That's the name of my show that I had. It was my very first full-length show. It was an Adelaide Festival.
Yep.
And I was in the Piglet.
The
Piglet, which was part of Runt.
Right.
Which is the other
Which
side.
building was that in? Because I
That's
actually
the
know Adelaide fairly
very
well.
poor cousin to the Garden of Unearthly Delights. So just across the other patch of green on the other side of the road.
Right.
There, yeah.
Nowhere
So
near the Berkeley or the no, there's a couple of places I used to frequent back in the day there.
No, we used to throw scornful jealousy over the road, landing right onto the Garden of Unearthly Delights from the Runt. But the Runt's a great little venue, lots of little tents. Except I was in the one place that had air conditioning.
Ooh,
So
nice.
that time of year in Adelaide, I
That would be
sold
good.
out all 3 nights
They're like, I wish this idiot would shut up. It's so nice and cool in here.
for no other reason except for the fact that the air conditioning worked.
Yeah.
So, but that's the name of my show, the dot what, and I had this whole thing about how the dot, like literally a dot, like you would have in an email, like a website address, was the deity to which I owed my entire existence to. So it was a piece of punctuation, basically. So my whole show was about giving worship to a piece of punctuation.
I like it. That's very meta.
The dot what became my name for my little company, which is just me, really.
Mine's the awkward pause, but I haven't secured the website. I feel like if I try to now, it would be the awkwardpause.org.
Well, yeah, which is not bad.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
I think it's assonance, isn't it? Or is it alliteration? Because when you have the rhyming, when you have the repetition of the vowel sound within the word, I think it's assonance.
Fuck, no, that's just above my pay grade. You went to uni, didn't you? I get that feeling like you went to uni for something.
You could have just gone along with me.
Arts degree.
And just made it up like I just did.
Sociology.
Yeah,
No?
Yeah.
Studies in Western traditions.
Yes,
no?
Probably. All I know is that I was at one of the lectures. I was doing postmodern poetry. I'm a big fan of Ezra Pound. I stood in a tree and was more understood than the wood, or something like that. Anyway, I went in there and
That's amazing.
And I hadn't prepared.
Right.
Couldn't dismantle this poem to save myself. Made it up. And at the end of it, the tutor said, "You really are full of bullshit, aren't you, Adam?"
That's excellent.
And he had a big smile on his face, and we had a laugh. And I was like, "Good on you, mate." Everyone else was a bit embarrassed; they didn't know how to, but we understood each other.
You understood. Yes. You had common ground.
Anyway, I passed.
You did pass. That's good. I started a sociology degree. No, I can't remember, humanities degree at Bendigo Uni.
Oh yeah.
And I had a similar situation where we did this. It was on haiku, and people were talking about what they thought this haiku meant.
Yeah.
And when I was not paying attention because ADHD, and when it came around to my turn, I just said, "I think it means exactly what it says."
That is. So...
And I got a similar reaction from my tutor. He was like, "You didn't listen." It's like, that would be true.
That's the thing with ADHD. Even 7 syllables is too much.
It's too fucking many.
We're getting very close to double figures here.
Yeah, it's like boring.
I'm tuning out.
I haven't got all day, people. Fucking haiku.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine meeting the guy that came up with that idea?
Faces in the metro. Wet petals on a wet black bough. There we go. That's the only one I know.
I don't know how to do them because I can never remember the numbers.
Crikey.
You can't either.
I think Kramer explained it once on Seinfeld.
Oh, really?
That's as close as I get to understanding.
Okay. No, I don't know what they are.
No.
I'm going to say yes, he did. I'm going to say he did.
Oh, my golly.
Anyway, Mr. Adams, we're going to have to talk to some of these other people here, but it's been lovely to chat to you again.
Yeah, let's do that. Who do you want to get up here?
I look forward to hearing you tonight. We have is that our MC with the glasses, the tall guy? I can't remember his name.
Oh, okay.
Hang on, it's on my phone.
Hamish. No, that's Hamish who's coming in. Well, I can get him anyway. Get him up here, and you can ask him his name.
Yeah, get him up here, and I'll ask him his name, because I don't know his name, but he's new.
Glasses, beard dude.
Actually, no. What was your name again? Gary. Do you want to come on the podcast? I want to talk to Gary because he helped me set up the chairs.
Bye.
See ya, Jacob. Adam. Grab some headphones. There we go. And just keep it close to your chin because it's set to drown out the background noise. Yeah, you know how to do this.
Yeah.
Gary.
I have a podcast of my own too.
Oh, nice. What's your podcast?
It's called Not Again Podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm a comic from Singapore. And,
nice.
And
why don't you give the people your full name?
Okay, my name is Gary Tan. Yeah, that's how you find me on the iTunes. Gary Tan. Yeah. Out of all the Garys in the world, this is one person with a 10.
It's not called the Gary Cast or anything like that.
No, it's called Not Again Podcast.
Not Again.
Yeah, because it's like, I had a podcast before this podcast. So first podcast would be like, it's called # The Job Sucks. and it's all a lot of jobs.
Yeah, right.
Then it moved into Not Again. It's like, God damn, it's not again.
That's all my parents ever say when they talk to me on the phone. Not again.
God damn it, it's just
really?
another one.
And so have you been here before?
I've been here before. This is my second time in Melbourne.
Okay. So do you actually live in Singapore? You don't live here?
I don't live here.
Oh, okay, wow. And so you're just doing a world tour of Australia at the moment?
I would call it a world tour. Unless you call like visiting every open mic and go, yeah, hi, I'm here.
Excellent. Oh, that's cool. And how long are you here for?
A week.
A week. And where can people find you if they want to see you in the next few days?
I'll be on 30 Secrets, I think.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And on Friday, I'll be doing the Friday comedy open mic.
At Voltaire?
At Voltaire, yes.
Yeah, that's a fun one. I've done that once before. Yeah, that's fun.
How is it? How's the room like?
It's the tiniest comedy room. It used to be the second smallest comedy room behind the Butterfly Club. There's a few people here that would remember the Butterfly Club where the stage was like this and then there was literally 2 rows of seats and that's it, and then a wall. Yeah, and it would be just 14 20-year-old comedians in there.
but it's kind of fun though to do like 14 people room.
Yeah, I love it. I like it. I like the challenge. I like all the different kinds of rooms. I ran a room in Torquay for about 7 or 8 months that it was full of people that didn't want to be there. It was all people wanting to play pool and watch the horse races, and we're up there trying to tell jokes, and they fucking hated us, but it was still funny.
Hey, don't bother me. I'm trying to tell jokes here. It's all right. It's okay.
One night, the last night we had it, the MC got in a fight with a guy at the pool table because they wouldn't stop playing pool. And there was like 5 people at the front who were listening to us, and then about 200 in the room who were just talking and ignoring us.
That's horrible. This sounds like a very horrible gig.
Oh, I enjoy it because I like the chaos of it. I'm like, if I can make 2 people in this room laugh when no one else is listening, I'm excited. So I enjoyed it, but
it's crazy though. Like this is one time where I had talked. There's this gig.
Yeah.
Because it's more like a bringer show kind of thing in Singapore, and the room closed down, and there are actually actresses going up on stage and doing jokes.
Yeah,
she brought her friends and she got very huge laughter when she went down. There's a lot of talking. There's a lot of and I have to deal with them.
Oh no!
And I'm like, okay, you 1, 2, 3 people in front. I'll talk to you just like this.
Like, do you guys want to come sit on the stage with me? Let's just have a talk. Should we hold hands? Becomes like an AA meeting, you know.
It's better than AA meeting because we talk about it now without the alcohol, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the AA meetings are fun. It's just you're not allowed to drink. That's the only problem.
Really?
Yeah. If you're allowed to drink, that'd be amazing.
I don't. I don't know.
It's good practice for stand-up too. I discovered.
That Doug Stanhope had a story about like saying, he had a story about coming from an AA meeting.
Yeah.
Is this all his story? The way he does his jokes come from AA meetings. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So that's how AA meeting sounds like.
It's exactly what it's like. I don't know if you've ever been to one, but I've been to hundreds of them, and it's just like this. You get here early. If you're new and you have to set up the room, you have to set up the fucking chairs and organize the biscuits and the shitty coffee, and then people come up on stage and they lie all night. It's just like that. And then they tell you, don't drink, go home and don't drink. And I'm like, yeah, that bit's, no, I don't want that bit. All the rest of it was fun.
Do they refine their material before?
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is, too, it's a little bit like doing comedy because everyone that you recognize tells the same fucking story over and over and over again. And you're like, heard it, not funny.
This is how you refine the punchline. That's one line.
That's right, yeah. I will say, though, it's a lot easier to get laid in an AA meeting than in a comedy club because they're more vulnerable. That's a terrible. I shouldn't have said that.
I can imagine like all guys, like if it's like a room of guys and just go, all right.
Yeah. And so on your podcast, what do you talk about? I think you might have said that before, and I just wasn't listening. What do you talk about on Not Again?
I've invited friends, like people I know, and we talk about stuff. It's like we talk about comedy, we talk about music, we talk about. This is one where we're talking about just TV shows.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I like it. I'll have to have a look it up and have a listen. Well, our MC just walked in the room, as did our room runner. So I'm going to have to grab them. It's been lovely to talk to you, Gary. I look forward to seeing you tonight.
Okay.
And have a good one.
All right.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Oh, wonderful. You have a knockoff of the wonderful Zoom mics. Or is this just a regular Zoom mic?
No, these are actually exactly Zoom mics. They just have stickers on them. Oh, no, wait. No, these are Shure M something.
No, that thing. Yeah, no, I know these are Shores.
That is sorry, you're right. No, that's actually a knockoff. It's a Tascam, which
it's doing its fucking job.
But weirdly enough, about half the price and works exactly the same from as far as I can tell. Someone actually donated that to me when I was doing a men's health podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our MC. I only know your name's Harrison. What's your last name?
Oh, Harrison Engstrom. No one cares about the last name.
Is that your stage name?
No.
Oh.
I would have chosen something that people can fucking say.
Yogurt floppy disk, something like that. I don't know.
Hi guys, I'm Harrison. or River Lamp. Like, it just anything would have been fucking better.
That's awesome.
Like,
River Lamp. I like that.
It's just me looking at two things. That's great. But no, I think that I for the longest time as a teenager, when I learned the real names of like actors and comedians and shit like that, I was like, why aren't they just themselves? Why are they just? And then you find out their real names. Like, for example, Tommy Dassler, who does the Little Dum Dum Club here.
Yep.
His last name's Allsop, and that's difficult to say on stage. Yeah, exactly. And
that sounds like a condition.
Exactly.
Oh, I've got the worst Allsop at the moment.
Oh man, my grandfather died of Allsop.
Yeah. In the cold weather, my Allsop really kicks in.
It just keeps growing and growing. You got to have a cream for it.
Yeah.
But no, it's the same thing.
Engstrom.
Like, Engstrom's difficult.
That's a cool name.
It's Finnish.
Finnish.
Nothing that's Finnish is cool except for our consistent level of school testing scores and the fact that we're one of the most livable countries in the world.
That's true, but that's also why you don't let anyone in.
Oh yeah, there's like,
you're like, no, not you.
It's just like, all right, let's check the hair. Oh, that's pretty good. It's a little less blonde than we'd want, but you know.
Yeah, how do you go over there?
I did. My mum and my sister, as a joke. I don't know where the joke is in here, but I'm sure some people will laugh. They dyed my hair blonde once while I was asleep.
That would have been hilarious.
And when I woke up, I thought I was a ghost. I thought that's what happened to ghosts. Because that's
maybe I'm dead. This makes sense.
It's just like, first of all, not thinking I had to open the door to go look in the mirror. Where it's just like, if I was a ghost, I would have just gone through it. I've seen Patrick Swayze die enough to... Oh, fuck, he is dead. Yeah, fuck it. I've seen him die enough times. It's a movie, and his life... Well, not his life anymore. But yeah, I've seen films with ghosts enough to be like, I should be able to just walk through this.
If not, then you'd be like, wow, this is not as cool as I thought it was going to be.
That's a good point. Also, apparently, according to ghost lore, ghosts aren't meant to know that they're dead.
That's true. And actually, a couple of things. One of that movie Ghost that you're referring to,
yeah.
I saw that when I was dating a girl. I was only in high school.
Right.
And she had beautiful, long, ringlet-style curly hair.
I know
After
where
we
this
saw
is
that
going.
movie, I totally pressured her into cutting her hair. I was like, you need to cut your hair so I can pretend I'm fingering Demi Moore.
I feel like that. I found over the years, because I've only ever dated... probably one or two.
Sorry.
I've only ever dated people with short hair. They call it bisexual, but I like to call it hairsexual.
I like to call it options.
I've dated like 2 girls with short hair, and I found that over the years, because then I would go.
Yep.
I'm not friends with a lot of my exes, but the ones that I am, it sounds like I keep a tab on them. I'm just like, no, we're just still friends.
The ones I watch through their windows, yeah.
When they grow their hair out, I'm like, oh, this is great. I could have waited 6 months. Like, it's just, if it wasn't for the consistent fighting and emotional issues as a 21-year-old.
Yeah, if she could have just dealt with my fucking her friends, this would have been like, we could have waited this out.
If she could have dealt with just everything I was going through while I was like, I don't know if I want to be a screenwriter because it seems like you've got to deal with structure so much. Like, I don't care. Let's just watch Doctor Who and you can fuck me. I just feel like...
She's like, I'm fairly sure you're going to be unemployed. I don't think this is really a problem.
It's like, look, I would like to stick around, but I like living comfortably. I'm real sorry. I'm real sorry.
Yeah. It's a lot like me. I'm like, well, it's either the UFC or I'm going to ride the Tour de France. And she's like,
you got big goals.
You work in a bicycle shop.
Like, I just want to write the next Gremlins. Fuck up.
Hey, the next Gremlins. What? If only someone had written the next Gremlins.
Yeah.
Other than that abortion that they did try to. Never mind.
Are you talking about Gremlins 2?
Yeah.
Gremlins 2 is one of the greatest comedies ever made.
Well, no, it is hilarious.
It is hilarious.
Right.
Yeah. But in terms of like a Gremlins type film, which you don't see anymore. There's no like big Christmas movie that's for kids that is also ultra violent.
That also involves a completely unnecessary story about someone's dad dying in a fucking chimney.
The best part of that movie.
It is the greatest part. It's all I watch now. I actually go back and watch that over and over again. That's when we notice the smell. It's like, what the fuck?
The best thing about that is that if you... spoilers? I don't know. If people watch
If
Gremlins
you haven't
2,
seen Gremlins by now, go fuck yourself.
It's like... I can understand if you're like a 20-something and you're like, I really want to watch Get Out. And I'm like, yeah, that's a better horror film. I'm sorry. But it's like... The best thing about that story in that movie is the sequel, because she tries to retell it again and they're like, no. And they just cut. They just cut the scene and just move on to the next scene. I'm like, oh, God, yes.
Now I'm going to have to go see it again because that sounds amazing.
But no, Gremlins 2's good. I think it's a good parody of corporate culture, which is what like the 80s was like excessly just let run rampant thanks to Reaganism. We're going to experience a backlash of that now, except it's different because we like the 80s aesthetic.
That's true. Also, I was a kid in the 80s. So
how old are you?
45 in a couple of months.
Oh, how do you feel about it? Because I just turned 26 and I want to kill myself already because I feel like I haven't done anything. How do you deal with that?
I'm actually going for my first colonoscopy next week, so that's how I feel about it. Yeah, someone's going to stick a fucking camera up my ass next week and maybe tell me I have cancer if I'm lucky. I don't know.
Have you had your prostate checked?
Oh, dude, I go regularly.
Oh, really?
It's one of my favorites. It's cheaper than a fucking rub and tug. Because you can find a bulk billing doctor.
Yeah, I was going to say bulk billing and help take care of that.
You got to learn to come quickly, but other than that, it's fine. Yeah.
I got so scared after my partner left me a couple of years ago, and I was so intimidated by the fact that like, oh my god, I'm alone, I'm independent for the first time. I have to live by myself. Like no one's gonna take care of me and stuff like that. And I went for a fucking prostate exam the week after.
Did you request it?
I requested it, yeah. And it was like
I requested a warrior, my friend.
And I saw I don't know. You might have to bleep this out, but I saw Dr. Wilson, and I thought like, oh, it's Kevin Wilson, Chris Wilson, Terry Wilson, and it was a woman, and I just like I felt so uncomfortable for her because I put her in this precarious situation that was. I mean, she's a doctor; she has to do it to some degree.
Where does she work out of?
No
reason. That's my girlfriend looking at you.
I'm real sorry.
Just like, don't listen to that fucking weirdo.
You didn't give up the short hair thing. I did.
Oh yeah, actually, I was going to go there, but I forgot. Yeah. No, I pressure them all into cutting their hair.
Jesus, has he? Just shake your head, yes or no, and we'll tell the listeners.
Did I pressure you into cutting your hair? No.
No, she shook her head. She's honest.
She did cut it shortly after we met, but she used to have it short before that.
Yeah.
I can pick them out of a crowd.
Well, they're real easy. That's like, I just have to say, like, it's just like, as long as they turn their head slightly, I'm like, not a boy, not a boy, not a boy. Oh, no, that's definitely a guy.
No, see, I go the other way. I like the short hair so I can go boy, girl, boy. But without having to do the extra dating.
It's real easy in festival crowds. It's just like
it is.
It's like a buffet of.
I'm like, you're hung like a donut, dude.
But no, it's been good learning to take care of myself, which I'm not doing now. I have like
no, you shouldn't do. You're 26. You don't have to take care of anything. Trust me.
I like recent medical, they're not serious medical issues, but I've just been noticing just like, man, I should just go to a doctor. Like it's just like before I was just like, I can wait this out.
Yeah, everyone shits blood. Come on.
Look, Taco Bill has it's on their sign. It's on their sign. It just says
you're going to shit blood. Yeah, absolutely. That's how they rate their salsas. Might shit blood, could, and definitely going to shit blood.
It used to be mild, real mild, spicy. And it's just like, oh, look, it's got 3 blood spatters.
Yeah,
that's what. Whenever you see that on the sign, it's not like chilies. It's just like
hemorrhage. Those are
clots.
clots.
Really round for a chili.
We haven't even discussed what you're going to do tonight.
I'm sorry.
You're emceeing here.
Yes, I am. Yeah, it's my first.
Now we have to do the boring shit. Oh, that was way more fun before. Anyway,
I'm sorry. Yeah, everybody's just like, what? Well, not everyone's watching this, but like people are listening and watching this and like, I hope he's this funny and charismatic on stage. Guess what?
No, just
it's
to let you
surprise.
know. To let you know, everyone that's watching this is going, I hope I get to go next.
Oh, that's a good point. I should probably get the fuck off.
No. So before I forget, I should tell you, my son's middle name is Harrison.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which was a family name passed down through my ex-wife's family. That's not my wife. My wife's not here today. But I'm
so sorry for your loss.
No, it's not a loss. Trust me, it is a fucking. It's actually
a big gain.
It's one of the.
Does she know who she is?
She knows she's my girlfriend. Yes.
No.
Does she know who she?
Does she know?
She doesn't have fucking dementia.
Has she ever met your ex?
Oh yeah, no, she has.
Oh man.
Yeah. It was weirdly awkward but amazing at the same time.
Every time my current girlfriend sees the photos of my ex, and she literally just goes, "Why?" And I'm like, I don't know. I have reasons, but they're not good.
Yeah. Okay, so here's just a glimpse into your future. I'm 26, 44.
Yeah.
I have 2 ex-wives.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I have just an ex-fiance.
Oh, there you go. No, I have a few of those as well.
Look, we love, but we love the parts of us that are usually alone.
I know. I like novelty. That's my problem.
You just treat every single girl you date just like, look, this could be a wacky misadventure, or I've got plenty of material for this now.
Where do you come down on abortions? Because this is going to be important. No, I've had a vasectomy since.
Oh, no, that's smart.
I
would do it if I wasn't like pressured by my family. It's just like every time
to have children.
I get a new girlfriend, they're just like, oh, how's this one working out? I'm like, yeah, no, we're good. It's like, do you guys have fun together? I'm like, fuck. They have the worst analogies.
You're like, yeah, she's a wild bitch. You should. Did she learn from you guys? Because this is filthy.
We did this thing called the Finished Dragon last week, and it was amazing.
I so want to know what that is.
It's when a finished dragon is when.
I'm just going to warn you. I never edit this podcast. As long as you're comfortable with what you're about to say, keep going.
A finished dragon is when you get a popsicle stick, like one of the round ones, and you insert it first so it's real cold, and then you stick your dick in, and then you just keep going out until it's warm. That's what a finished dragon is.
Oh, that sounds cold.
But it's man, the satisfaction.
This is way more information
I unfortunately have made
right
this up, and I've made everybody around me uncomfortable.
No, I'm not. I'm just like my Raynaud's is flaring up. So you're going to be emceeing tonight?
Yes.
What is your? How long have you been doing comedy?
It's close to 3 years now. So in 3 months, I think.
Real comedian. Yeah.
Am I? Like I had somebody because I recently stepped away briefly because I was doing a job in Sydney. I was working on some stuff, and then I started a podcast about why Zach Braff blocked me on Twitter, and so I haven't been doing stand up as much. And so someone saw me do a gig like a week and a half ago. I was like, "That's good, you didn't quit." And I'm like, "Fuck off!" It's like you can see me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm doing things. I'm sorry, I'm busy. I do love doing stand up though. It is great to do stand up.
It is. It's fun. I haven't done an MC spot yet. I'm only maybe like 2 years in. It
took me 2 years to get an MC spot.
Yeah.
Most people get it in 1.
Well, I've run nights. I've run my own nights.
Oh, well, that's different.
But just didn't occur to me that, oh, fuck, I could MC this thing. In fact, I could do an hour and everyone can go fuck themselves. I just didn't think of that.
This is just like, it's sign up on the night. We get one act. You get an opening
just
act.
Me. Yeah. No, Mom, come on, oh, Jesus. That's what it would have been like. Yeah.
Yes.
So you're excited? You've performed here before, obviously.
Oh, yeah, a couple times. I did. I think I was here the first night it opened, and I was really excited because it's like, I don't want to say it's the
night of the stabbing? Oh, by the way, we have a rider joke here. If you have a glass,
I don't drink beer. That's the problem. I'm happy for anybody else to have it, though.
I'm sorry for your loss.
No, that's fine. I just had like a rough day at work, so I was just gonna grab like a whiskey and Coke.
There you go.
But it's fine. It's fine. I'm looking forward to doing this gig in general, just because there's a lot of people who I either haven't seen for a week and a half, or like
just myself,
new.
who you've never seen.
I've never seen you before.
Yeah.
I thought she was a comic, and I'm like, oh fuck yes, diversity. And no.
She's a scientist, and she lectures to medical students.
That's awesome. That's half the fucking gig.
And
just,
tonight, I actually realized,
throw one gig in there about the fact that like certain chromosomes don't work well enough.
Well, no, actually, we sat here.
The male ones.
The male ones, they don't fucking work. Yeah. Tonight, we're sitting here having pizza, and she was explaining ionic bonds to me.
Yeah.
And we worked out a whole story about how you could tell it as though, like sodium and chloride are dating, and sodium's the generous one.
Do you want to tell the story as well? Okay,
she should, because she's way better at it than me. But it actually was funny, but I can't remember any of it. So
okay, all right.
I probably won't do that tonight. Hell, 2 more beers, I probably will.
Yeah. That's what, there's half a jug? You'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, and no one else is drinking it, so that's the rider jug, so...
Shit.
Looks like it's all on for me.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can... I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
Just don't... I don't know. I don't know what your limit is. I don't know.
Neither do I.
Okay. Fuck. I learned mine at a young age as 12 standard drinks, and that is a limit I never cross.
No. Actually, I'm like one of those. I'm so experienced at it now. I'm not like a hardcore. I'm not one of those guys who's like, I can fucking drink. No. I have a limit, and I can tell, but it's different every night.
Oh yeah.
But I can tell within a mouthful. I'm like, this is the one that's going to make me hungover.
Oh.
Sometimes it's 17 drinks. Sometimes it's 5.
I'm a lightweight, so I just have one drink, and I'm like, good. Like I forget things very quickly.
Oh, I forget things anyway, so it doesn't matter. I can't tell the difference.
That's because you're 44. No,
yeah, well, no, that's true. The difference between me on alcohol and off it is I can sit still.
Oh, that is helpful.
Hence, because of the ADHD and all that.
Yeah, no, I get that as well. Although I've never been properly diagnosed. I feel like I should.
When you sat down, I was just about to say, so when were you diagnosed?
I was like, oh, autism. Oh, here, let me tell you. Let me tell you back when.
Let me show you my machines.
Here's some stuff I made today. That's pretty great.
This is my collection of bottle caps.
But I've been to like so many therapists, never come up once. Never come up ADHD or autism or Asperger's. Never. Like, I've asked.
Let me give you a little tip
gently,
here. Go home and just type in Psych Central ADHD test, because that's what I did.
Oh, is that what you did?
And if I had done that, what am I, 44? If I'd done that 42 years ago, I could have saved myself a lot of fucking trouble.
Ah, damn.
They give you amphetamines, dude. They give you amphetamines.
I don't like amphetamines. They make me angry.
Oh, really?
I've never tried
them.
They
make me quiet and peaceful.
Oh, well, that's helpful.
Yeah.
I've had... Wait, Vicodin's not a...
No, that's not amphetamine. That's an opiate. My other favorite.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That'll kill you.
That's for listening.
Oh. It's for listening. All right, that's true.
I want to talk to a few of these other people.
No,
is there
of
anyone
course.
in this audience that you recognise that we should
there's
talk to?
George Demarilius, who's fantastic, and
Wait,
Logan
say that name
Phillips.
again. Oh, no, I spoke to George.
You talked to George earlier?
And I spoke to Logan last week.
I believe
Who's the guy with the scarf?
I think that's Jay Morrissey.
Mate, we need to talk to him, because
Wait,
I have several
Jay.
questions about that.
No, he's not turning around.
No, he's not turning around.
Wait, Logan, was that Jay Morrissey? In the scarf?
With the scarf.
He looked like Jay Morrissey. Who the fuck is that? Oh, Eli Landes. Ah, fuck. No,
Eli?
I get them confused so often. That's fucking me up. Is he coming back? Okay. All right, good.
What about someone else we haven't spoken to, Logan? Pick someone we haven't spoken to in the last week.
Have you talked to Logan, though?
I have spoken to Logan.
Okay, cool, yeah.
What about... yes,
No, we spoke to George.
This guy with the jacket here. Yeah, let's have a chat
jacket
to
boy.
him.
Come on, all right.
Lovely to meet you, Harrison.
You too.
Don't walk
Thanks
off with the
so much.
headphones on.
Okay, you're go. Sorry.
You don't have to rush.
No, well, yeah. Although you don't edit the podcast.
I don't. No. I leave all of this in. These are some of my most favourite bits. Oh, yeah, here we go.
Don't worry, it's a donation.
No, that's okay. That's all right. This is generally about as well as it goes.
Wonderful. Good to know.
And I don't know you. My name's Billy.
Hi, I'm Tom.
Tom
Clarke.
Tom Clarke. Tom Clarke. There's another Clarke that does comedy down
Tim
here.
Clarke.
Tim Clarke, yeah.
My mortal enemy.
So you're not related?
No.
No, that would be
Although
hilarious.
that would be a twist.
That would be a twist. And then one of them killed the other. That'd be amazing.
My evil twin.
You're better dressed than everyone else here. I feel like you probably have a real job.
Thank you. I feel better dressed.
You definitely are.
I did feel uncomfortable walking through Footscray, but I normally do.
You should feel uncomfortable walking
that's
through.
right.
I lived in Footscray 18 years ago.
Yeah.
I felt a lot less comfortable then than I do now.
Yeah, all right. Fair enough.
Heroin was cheaper.
Yeah,
That's
of
one of
course.
the main reasons.
Yeah, I do. I have a job. I have a real job.
What do you do? You can mind
I'm a lawyer.
Fuck!
I know.
Fucking smart people.
Such a bummer.
She's a scientist. That's all I talk
that
about
feels
on the
smarter.
podcast. Yeah.
Anyone can get a law degree.
Lawyer. Apparently anyone can get a lawyer. I can't get a law degree.
You could.
I can't even afford a lawyer. And I could kind of use one right now.
It's possible that... No, I was going to say law degrees might be cheaper than hiring lawyers, but that is not true.
No, that's
I am
definitely not true.
Drowning in debt, so it's not true.
And so how long have you been doing comedy? Wait, do you do comedy?
I
didn't
do
even ask.
comedy. That's a wonderful
Otherwise,
question
Tim
that I
wouldn't
clearly
be-
have not proven.
Otherwise, Tim or Tom, whichever one you aren't, would not be your
Yeah,
lawyer.
that's right.
Unless you just had a weird obsession with him. You're like, fucking, I'm
I
going to
just
lawyer
hate
the
him.
shit out of that guy one day. I'm just waiting for him to fucking slip up.
I just hate him. I keep waiting to see him in a courtroom, and he's never been there.
He's too prudent with his actions.
He is.
Yeah, he's a careful man.
Yeah, I do comedy. I've been doing
Okay.
comedy for like 9 or 10 months.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
How are you finding it?
I love it. I've just moved to Melbourne a couple of months ago,
Yeah.
and it's the scene.
Wait, where are you from?
Sydney.
Sydney, right.
Yeah.
Why the downgrade?
My partner got a job down here,
Right.
so I packed
just
up and
had to
moved
drag along.
because
Right.
she works a lot harder than I do.
Well,
So-
that's generally the case.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And have you performed here before?
I have, yeah, a few
You have.
times.
Nice. I feel like this room needs a lawyer.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
That's fair.
I've seen some shit, man.
Yeah. I've seen shit just in Lucy's sets. So like.
Oh well, yeah. So you've met Lucy.
Yeah.
Lucy's awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing.
I don't want to fight Lucy ever.
No.
No,
Oh
definitely
my
not.
god, I would run away.
And I had a question, and I've just gone blank on it. Oh, so when you're lawyering,
Yes.
what kind of law? Wait, what kind of law? Because I know there's different
Insurance.
kinds. Insurance.
Yeah.
Right.
The boring type. The most boring type.
It sounds like it's an expensive type, though. It sounds like it might be, what's the word? Lucrative.
It would be if I
Are you chipping away at that HEX debt yet?
No, not really. I am.
Oh, you are?
I this is the problem. I'm just at the point where the tax man will take all my money, but I don't make much of it back. So I'm not doing great in that respect. But because I'm like just over the hump,
right?
In terms of when they start clawing it back, which is a huge bummer. It's the worst pay raise you can get. Is when you go above that hump. Yeah.
Well, so I did 1 year of a humanities degree and then got kicked out of university.
Sure.
Because you weren't allowed pets in the student accommodation. I had a rat, 3 mice, and 2 budgies.
Amazing.
In my room.
Sure, you were going to say because heroin was so cheap.
Yeah. No. No, I hadn't discovered heroin yet. I still had hope in my eyes back then. But I did some research and found out that I wouldn't have to pay that back until I earned over $40,000, which I assumed I was going to have to be careful about. Like, make sure not to own over. No, it wasn't until 2 years ago when I had a truck driving job, but they finally were like, all right, give us some of that, you idiot.
You hope they just forget at a certain point, right?
Yeah. I would just assume they would have looked at my tax returns and gone, this poor fuck, let's just let him keep that $2,000.
No, don't assume that the tax man has any compassion.
No, they definitely don't.
No.
They don't fucking care.
No.
Not even a little bit.
That's right.
And so are you going to be doing some new stuff tonight? What do you reckon?
I am. Brand new bits.
Right.
Never done them before. So
do you ever... Wait, that's what I want to ask you. While you're lawyering, do you ever get to yell out objection?
No, I don't, because I don't go to court.
Why? Wait, you don't go to court?
Yeah, because I work for an insurance company. So
so you're the one who's screwing the fuck out of the poor
if we go to a
clients.
courtroom, we've done a shit job.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we settle. So sue us. Why not?
Well, the way I've only had like a couple of different types of insurance a few times.
Yeah.
I had insurance on my truck. I spent a lot of money on a truck when I was a truck driver.
Yeah.
And I paid a lot of money for like their best policy. And then what I discovered is they probably, it makes sense now, have people like you who, when I do make a claim, they're like, you spelt that word wrong. That means you're not eligible for that money.
I will say that is not my job, but it is someone's job.
You're not that particular bastard.
Yeah, but he exists.
He definitely does.
He hates
because
you.
they found ways to get out of every single fucking...
that's right.
And I was like, wait a minute. Am I just giving you people money? Because I feel like that's what's happening here.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I don't get any of that. But
no,
it is,
clearly
it's
you
100% what they do. Yeah.
It makes sense. It's a clever idea. I wish I'd thought of it.
It is. It's brilliant.
Yeah. I should do the same thing. Oh, look, I'm an insurance company now.
Amazing.
Baz.
Do you need a lawyer?
How's your new car? I probably will need a lawyer at some stage. Probably family law, actually, in my case.
Ooh,
but,
all right. No, I don't want to touch that at all.
Do you recognise anyone else in this room that we should talk to tonight? Because we've had the same 5 people. What about Donna Collins? No, she was on earlier.
Was she? I don't know. Who have we got at the back there?
What about Grumpy?
Does Grumpy ever go on the
We've
podcast?
never had Grumpy on the podcast.
That's
Do you
amazing.
No, he doesn't want to.
He's not about the podcast.
You got to love Grumpy, don't you?
Yeah, well, that's true.
He's an institution of his own in Melbourne.
That's right.
What about the gentleman with the fine beard over there?
I don't know him, but I think we
know?
should definitely call on him because I'm so jealous of his beard.
I'm very jealous of his beard, but I also I'm kind of intimidated by it.
That's
I'm
fair.
only a beard amateur.
I understand. This
A
is, I
lifelong
think, as much as
amateur.
I can get.
Yeah,
beard-wise.
I can grow a lot, but it doesn't grow in a kind of what's the word, orderly fashion.
I
It just
get that,
kind of
yeah. I get like face fro.
Yeah, and my moustache
comes
grows
out.
forwards like blades. So my girlfriend feels like she's just bumped into Freddy
Yeah,
Krueger in the
that's
dark.
true.
It's like fucking It hurts. And Irvi doesn't want to speak on the podcast.
Irvi doesn't want to come on this podcast?
No.
No, that's a bummer.
Irvi, no go?
No?
You don't want to talk on the
You want
podcast?
to be on the podcast?
Just whatever you want to talk about. Oh, yeah, actually, no, you've got work to do. Yeah, sort that out. Hey, Irvi, first bracket, baby. I'm just leveraging my way in.
Using the podcast to influence.
No, I discovered that I don't even like doing the podcast. This is the only way I get an early spot.
Oh, you always get the first spot?
Yeah.
that
No,
makes sense,
not the first one, because that would look like favoritism.
It would.
Always the
that
third
feels corrupt.
spot. Yeah. Yeah, well, you lawyers would know all about that, you fucks.
Yeah, we do. 100%.
Anyway, it's been lovely to meet you.
Yeah.
And I look forward to hearing you tonight.
Thank you.
That's as long as you're not after me. because then I'll be leaving because I'm sick.
That's fair.
Yeah, no.
I think I'll be far after you. But
I doubt
we'll see how it goes.
All good, man.
All right.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Billy.
Ellie. Nice
Elliot.
Yeah,
Elliot.
everyone calls
Elliot?
me-
Eli. Eli, there you go.
Everyone calls me Eli.
There we go. Eli has a biblical kind of connotation to it, doesn't it?
Say that once more.
Eli. Doesn't the word Eli, isn't that a biblical name?
Yeah, which is a little dramatic for my personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep it close. I've got it set so we don't get any background noise.
Yeah.
Not too dramatic for that scarf, though.
Yeah, it's unintentionally hip, but it does the job.
I'm old. Well, not old. I'm 44. I feel like I can. I've come into my own because it doesn't really matter what you do as long as you look like you don't care about it. It's kind of cool.
And what sort of vibe do I give off?
I don't know.
Is it nonchalant or?
You have a very loving grandmother. I feel like there's a lot of wool, a lot of knitting going on there.
Yeah, well, I got two grandmothers. I got one very, very anxious grandmother whose love is corroded with her anxiety, and then one very drunk grandmother.
Oh, everyone should have a drunk grandmother. They are the best.
They are.
I feel like I'm going to be someone's drunk grandmother.
You reckon?
Yeah, just keep it. Yeah, sorry. It's no, I potentially might be someone's drunk grandmother.
I think you'd make a fine drunk grandmother.
I might be a bit touchy-feely, though. That's the only thing I worry about.
Yeah, well, so long
inappropriately.
As long as you're racist, that's the key.
Both of my grandmothers are South African, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you South African?
Yeah.
Where'd you grow up?
Durban.
Well,
Johannesburg and Durban. Yeah.
Beautiful. I think of that every time I drink rooibos.
Ah, nice. The worst tea ever made. It is the Fosters of tea.
It tastes like soil. I like it.
Yeah, exactly. It tastes like all the land we stole. Why the rooibos tea, by the way?
I don't know. I hang out with a lot of South Africans.
Oh, why? I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm Jewish. I don't know if
no, that's
sorry to hear that as well.
That makes perfect sense.
Yes.
South Africa does have a lot of Jewish people.
You do. And
Yeah.
they made the exodus across.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of you here.
Once they escape from the desert thing, they just straight to South Africa.
They're always moving.
And
Jews.
Caulfield.
Yeah.
Are you actually a religious Jewish person?
No, as my father calls it, culturally
Jewish. I love that.
But he sneaks in a bit of God every now and then when we need it.
When you're not looking.
Yeah.
You open up your sandwich, you're like, wait a minute, is this a bit of God in here? Why do I feel guilty all of a sudden?
It's a very guilty sandwich. So we're doing a podcast. What's the podcast? What are we doing?
It's called the Mad Dogcast, where we just get up here before the comedy show and we just chat to the comedians a little bit.
Right.
The main purpose of it, which has worked beautifully, is to endear me to Mike as one of the staff, which lets me get up earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which that's the only reason I do
So we got a list of 22 tonight. When do you reckon you're going to get up?
I reckon probably third or fourth.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I've probably put money on that.
All right. Well, stick around because I'm 21.
No,
Yeah.
I definitely want to hear you. No, look, Mike did say that they pretend that you go on in the order that you sign up, but anyone that's been here more than once knows that's not fucking true.
Jeez. I've been here enough times.
Yeah.
I'm curious, yeah. What sort of comedy do you do?
Terrible, mainly.
Really?
No, I'm fairly new to it. I've been doing it on and off for a couple of years. In between failing in a marriage and, moving to Melbourne, part-time with my
Do you
girlfriend.
want to talk about that? Because I'm so curious now.
Oh, well, no, I'm collecting ex-wives. I'm up to 2. I'm going for the hat trick, but this one won't marry me. So I've made her promise that if I ever go down on one knee and I don't start like tying a shoelace or picking up a coin, she's got to like throw a Muay Thai knee into my chin and fucking maybe finish me off with a bit of ground and pound and then get the fuck out of there.
That's awfully romantic to some people.
It is, yeah. And she's just every time I bend over, she's like, now, please, no, but I never do. 2 ex-wives. Well, I'm kind of a dick to be married to.
I don't know what to say to that, but nice. Nice.
Yeah, never say to anyone you feel like sorry when you hear that they've divorced.
That's what I was avoiding.
Yeah,
I know that for 25 years of my life, of which now I'm 26, I've apologized for 90% of conversations, and I'm trying to give that a wide berth now.
Yeah, no, you should do that because fuck people. I mean, I feel like your generation in particular, I feel like you guys are just more polite than you need to be.
Yeah, like almost Victorian.
Yeah, and yet strangely entitled. Not you necessarily.
Yeah, you looked right at me.
No, well, see, my girlfriend lectures to med students that are roughly your age, and she said they're unusually entitled. I'm not saying you're a med student. Are you a med student?
No, I was an art student. I
Right.
studied writing.
Wait, so you're Jewish, but you're an art student. How disappointed are your parents?
My parents are not disappointed, but we sort of huddle together in this sort of weird corner of the Jewish community, the not affluent part of the community.
Right, but everyone around you is like...
Oh, they're disappointed, and they're doing so well. Like, they've all got apartments and staffies.
The Jews do well. They definitely do well.
They do.
Yeah. I've got an auntie that married a Jewish guy, and now she's doing well. Really well. He's not doing so good since she left him, but she's doing fucking great.
I didn't know that was allowed in the Jewish religion, but that's cool.
Apparently not, but she did it. This is my crazy auntie.
She took what she needed.
Yeah. I do love that phrase, cultural Jew, though. It's we could do with some more cultural Muslims and cultural Catholics.
Well, I mean, it's vague enough that you can kind of take what you want from a culture.
It's like, we like the benefits, but not so much the churchy shit.
Well, so what would you take if you were a cultural Jew? What would you take?
If I was a cultural Jew, I would just take the contacts.
The contacts?
The contacts. Yeah.
And what if you were a cultural Muslim?
I don't know. I don't know much. I know a lot about Islam. I don't know much about actual Muslims myself.
Yeah.
Because much like yourself, like I do run into a lot of Muslims, but they're like cultural Muslims, and they're just like, no, I just, sometimes my mum's not allowed out in public. Other than that, we're just a cool family.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, my family are cultural atheists. We're not strict. We don't yell at religious people, but we do look down on them. And how long have you been doing comedy?
2 years and a half.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and Melbourne, obviously.
Yeah.
Melbourne.
Yeah,
Caulfield? No.
No. No. I grew up in Caulfield, so I have been taking offence.
I lived in Caulfield, though. That's the only reason I ask.
Did you?
We used to play this game. Now, you tell me if this is crossing the line, because it's not. It's not judgmental. You're crossing
a line. I could already.
But
tell
it was just we gave points for the types of Jews you could spot, because you could see the ones that were just with the little suits. And then you could see the ones that had the yarmulke, and then the ones with the dreads, and then the one with the furry hats. I don't know what those are called. But they went up and we ranked them. And it was there, and it was 4, 7,
I love those guys.
They're awesome.
Yeah, I grew up with them.
They don't give a fuck about summer. They're like, no, 38. I don't, feels fine to me.
Because inside their skull, they are still in Eastern Europe. They're trudging through mud. There's a goat. There's a pogrom. They're at home in their minds.
They're also like, this is the only way we get to feel like we walked in the desert for however many fucking years. Which, strangely enough, the Egyptians, who kept very meticulous records, have no record of. But anyway, who knows? I'm not going to say it didn't happen, but
That was like an unexpected conspiracy theory that you just weaved in there.
I get weird like that. Yeah, I do get weird like that.
That's cool. But these guys, what I want to say is that growing up with them, I took them for granted. But once I was old enough to sort of take a step away from the community, I look back at them, and they all look like characters from Lord of the Rings.
I know.
It's really culturally fascinating to see a man walking around with half a moose on his head and the thing, the head. It's
and
wonderfully
the little
interesting.
Little kids got the dreads, and they shave the sides. It's one of the funkier looks, I have to say. I'm surprised it hasn't caught on more, like in the northern suburbs. I say, you Jewish? No. No, these are my sits.
You can be culturally Jewish, you can be ironically Jewish.
Ironically Jewish. All right, here we go. So we just ran out of SD card. I'm sitting here with Elliot/Eli. What's your last name?
Landis.
Landis?
Yeah.
So that's like the movie guy, the Werewolf in London guy.
Who's that?
Landis. John Landis.
John Landis, yeah.
But also Joya Landis, the Jamaican reggae singer.
Oh.
Who sang the original version of Angel of the Morning.
I've never heard of these Landises before.
You've never heard of John Landis?
Well, my dad's John Landis, but I believe...
Wait, did your dad direct American Werewolf in London?
No, he's a retailer. But,
right.
Yeah.
He didn't just do that on the side and never told you?
No, it's for women's clothing through
How
and through.
fucking awesome would that be if you're like, Dad, did you make American Werewolf in London? He was like, oh, yeah, that one time.
I didn't think you'd want to know about it, so I just didn't bring it up.
But Joya Landis sings that song, Angel of the Morning. Just call me Angel. You know that one? It's got the line in it. It sounds like she says, just brush my teeth before you leave, but she's actually saying, just touch my cheek. Anyway, this is
I've never heard of this song. Never heard of this song.
Oh my God, I love this guy. I'm going to have to find you on Facebook and share some of my fucking weird 80s shit with you that I'm like, I was there when this happened.
I'll go into a Joy Landis hole with you, I will.
Absolutely. Well, okay. That sounds like a whole other thing. Anyway, Elliot, lovely to meet you. I look forward to hearing you tonight. I hope you're not on 22nd.
Yeah.
If you ever want to get on earlier, just pretend you're helping out with the podcast.
Yeah, I'll have a schmooze.
Yeah, if you drink beer, grab yourself a glass, because the whole rider jug is just sitting here with me right now.
Is that the communal jug?
That is the communal. That is for the staff only, but no one else who's working tonight drinks beer, so it's all mine. So
this guy up here was having a chocolate milkshake.
Yeah, that's not surprising. You know him, right?
Yeah.
He's an icon around here, really.
I love him.
What would it be like without him?
There'd be less hugs.
Less hugs and less laughter.
Less laughter.
I never know whether he's laughing at me. No, he's laughing at me. No. He's definitely laughing at me.
Do you think it's a malicious laugh?
No, I don't see any malice in it at all, no. But maybe I just don't know him well enough. Maybe he's like, I'm killing him next. Anyway, folks, that's it from the Mad Dogcast. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
We have literally never ended it like that before. I don't know why the fuck it just ran out of... How is it full?